Module 6, Culture Exchanges. Unit 6A, Reading and Vocabulary. Exercise 1, page 90. Exercise 2, page 90.
The world is your oyster. International travel these days has become cheaper, quicker, and more convenient for many people. Here are a selection of some of the types of holidays for those with a sense of adventure. A. Sledding in Russia. This winter, why not escape to Yakutia in Russia, where you can have the experience of a lifetime driving a reindeer sled through the heart of Siberia. Wrap up in warm furs and travel through the valleys of the Lena River and over the frozen landscape just like the native Yakutian people, who have travelled this way for centuries. You can spend your evenings in traditional Russian family homes, enjoy home-cooked meals, and learn about the rich culture of these people. During your trip, you will have the chance to see all sorts of amazing wildlife, including wolves, foxes, and elk, and you will even be able to ride the famous Yakut horses. B. Camel riding in Morocco. See all of southern Morocco on a camel. Take your time and enjoy a relaxing journey from Marrakesh, with historic sights across the desert, to the Dada's Gorge. Spend a night in a nomad's tent. Visit traditional Berber villages and kasbahs. See the Atlas Mountains and relax on the beautiful beaches at Essaouira. You will see so much more than sand because Morocco has many varied landscapes, the perfect escape from a busy life. C. Wagon travel in Wyoming. Have you ever wondered what it was like back in the Wild West? Well, now you can find out for yourself with a holiday that offers the unique opportunity to see how life might have been over 150 years ago. You will travel in a convoy of covered wagons through the unspoilt countryside of Yellowstone National Park and through Wyoming, and enjoy the majestic views all around. Stopping at a different camp each day, there will be plenty of opportunities to go on nature hikes, go swimming, canoeing, horse riding, or just relax. You can spend your evenings cooking on an open fire and singing cowboy songs around the campfire. D. Ice diving in the Arctic. In the icy waters of the Arctic Ocean, you will see a strange but unique world that very few humans get the chance to visit. The Arctic is one of the last places on Earth that remains a mystery and a challenge. Not many people are brave enough to explore the region, and even fewer are brave enough to explore it from 20 feet beneath the ice. If the diving experience is not enough, you can also enjoy the scenery and wildlife above the ocean, on foot or on snowmobiles. One thing is for sure, no one else will have holiday snaps like yours.
Unit 6B. Listening and Speaking. Exercise 2, page 92. 1.
Anne, nice to see you. How was your holiday?
Holiday? It was more like a nightmare. It was horrible all week. It rained all the time, and we could never agree on what to do. Jane wouldn't even talk to me in the end. I just wanted to get home.
Oh, what a shame.
2.
Hello, Laura. Welcome back.
And I am happy to be back, trust me.
Oh, sounds like you didn't have such a nice time.
Well, at the beginning it was great, but one day I was really tired and I fell asleep on the beach. And guess what? I ended up in hospital for 3 days. It was terrible. My whole body was burnt. That was the end of my holiday.
Oh, how awful.
3.
Hi, Tony. Back from your holiday already? How was it?
Oh, don't ask.
Did you have bad weather or something?
No, Ken, it wasn't that. We decided to rent a car to tour the island, but it broke down and we had to spend the night at the side of the road. I didn't sleep, and of course I was exhausted for the rest of the stay.
Oh, you poor thing.
Exercise 4, page 92.
Welcome back, Bella. How was your holiday?
Hi, Andrew. It was fantastic. It's a shame you didn't come.
OK, don't make me jealous. Just tell me all about it.
Well, Greece was amazing. I took lots of pictures, but I got sunstroke.
How awful.
Well, I should have been more careful. Anyway, after Greece, I went to Italy, but I got seasick on the ferry.
Oh, poor thing. Hope it didn't spoil your holiday.
No, not at all. Italy was fantastic. The people are very friendly and I loved Italian cuisine. You have to go to Rome someday. It's beautiful.
Yes, maybe next year. Did you manage to go to Spain?
Yes, but I had a bit of trouble in Barcelona.
Really? What happened?
My purse was stolen while I was waiting for a bus. Luckily, there wasn't much money in it.
That's bad luck.
I know, but these things happen and I didn't let it spoil my holiday.
Good for you. Anyway, the important thing is that you're back safe and sound and you had a good time.
That's true. And I'm thinking of going back next year if you're interested.
Sounds good.
Exercise 6, page 93.
1. Listen to a short radio announcement. What does it advise listeners to do?
Motorists are advised of long delays on the M6 due to an overturned lorry. Police are diverting traffic onto the A6, but long delays are expected. Extra rail services are being provided, and police recommend that commuters take advantage of these services.
2. Listen to a woman talking about a holiday she went on. What did she find surprising?
It was very hot and the heat took a while to get used to. The food was very different to what we eat at home too. Then we had to work out the cost of everything in our currency when we bought things. But amazingly, the language wasn't a problem at all, because almost everyone spoke English.
3. Listen to a man talking about his fear of flying. When is he most relaxed?
I hate it when they start the engines. I'm all on edge and I get this funny feeling in my stomach when the plane takes off. After that, it's not too bad. And when I look down at the clouds below, I feel all right. It's the landing, though, that makes me really nervous. I just can't wait till it's over and I can get off and pick up my suitcases.
4. Listen to a woman talking about a new airport. What is her opinion of it?
It looks very modern, but I don't know what was wrong with the old airport. It was much easier to get to. I just jumped in a taxi and I was there in 15 minutes.
5. Listen to an advert for a website. Who is the website for?
On our website, the information is clear and easy to read in a simple window. Drop-down menus enable the visitor to easily plan and book hotels and destinations. We have an excellent list of private hotels and guest houses with honest reviews and lots of tips about the best restaurants, beaches, and places to visit. So, go to www.getaway.
Exercise 7A, page 93. 1. That's absolutely brilliant. 2. That really drives me mad. 3. Oh, thank goodness. 4. Really? What happened? 5. I don't quite understand that. 6. Why do these things keep happening to me? Unit 6D, Vocabulary and Speaking. Exercise 2B, page 96.
Full steam ahead. Nowadays, there are so many means of transport, from bicycles and buses to sports cars and jet airplanes, that travellers are spoilt for choice. In fact, most of us don't even think about how we travel. Plane or train, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, it's just about getting from one place to the other. There are, however, some means of transport that have made an impression on people and have taken their place in history. One means of transport that truly won the hearts of many Americans was the river steamboat. A steamboat, as its name indicates, is a boat that is powered by steam. The steam rotates a paddle wheel or propeller that in turn causes the boat to move forward. In the 18th century, there were many attempts to build better vessels, but it wasn't until 1807 that the first successful steamboat, the Clermont, made a commercial voyage. These riverboats became popular in the next few years and were used to transport passengers and merchandise on the major rivers of America. The Mississippi River was especially known for its riverboats, and Mark Twain celebrated 3 steamboats in his book Life on the Mississippi. Steamboats have now disappeared from most American rivers, but they have become a symbol of the Mississippi River. Many people think of these boats when they hear the name Mississippi. Fortunately, a small number of them are being used today to offer river cruises, so some people can get a feel of what it's like to travel by steamboat.
Exercise 4, page 96.
I usually travel by bus, but I don't really like to. You wait at the bus stop for ages, and then, When the bus does finally come, it's really crowded. I prefer cycling. I love travelling by bike. You don't get stuck in traffic, it's free, and it keeps you fit too. All my friends go to school on their bikes, but my mum won't let me. She says it's too dangerous.
My favourite means of transport is actually the train. It's usually a fast way to travel, and I love looking out of the window at the beautiful countryside. I don't mind travelling by car either, but I live in a big city, so there's always a lot of traffic, which of course I don't enjoy. On the whole, catching the train is a more pleasant way to travel, in my opinion.
When we go on holiday as a family, we either go by coach, plane or boat. I'm not very keen on travelling by coach because you can't move around a lot and the journey can be really long. I love it when we go by boat because you can walk around or go outside and look out to sea. It's a really interesting way to travel. Travelling by plane's okay too because it's usually the fastest way to travel. But sometimes I feel nervous of flying and the seats can be quite uncomfortable.
Exercise 6, page 96. Exercise 9b, page 97. One.
Is there a buffet car?
I'm afraid not.
2. What is the boarding time?
The plane is boarding in 30 minutes and you leave from gate 15.
3.
Single or return?
Return, please.
4.
How do I get to Manchester University?
Stay in the left-hand lane and turn left at the next set of traffic lights onto Oxford Road.
5.
What terminal does it leave from?
It's a UK domestic flight, so it's Terminal 3.
6.
How much is the fare?
It's £150 peak time, or if you travel off-peak between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m, it's only £65.
7.
What platform does it leave from?
Platform 12. 8.
What stop do I need to get off at?
The stop on Fairfield Street.
9.
Would you like a window or an aisle seat?
A window seat, please.
Exercise 10, page 97. 1. Welcome aboard the 10:15 intercity service from London to Manchester. This service will be calling at Milton Keynes, Birmingham, and finally Manchester Piccadilly, arriving at 14:35. The buffet car is situated towards the front, between first class and carriage A, and serves a selection of hot and cold drinks and snacks. 2.
Good morning, this is your Captain Mark Johnson speaking. Welcome aboard flight BA345 to Madrid, Spain. Our flight time today will be 2 hours and 5 minutes. We'll be flying over the English Channel and then passing over Paris and then down through France, across the Pyrenees into Spain, and then finally on towards Madrid. You'll be pleased to know that the current weather conditions in Madrid are warm and sunny. Now I'll hand you over to your flight attendants today, Kelly, Sue and Tony.
3.
Hello and welcome aboard this National Express service to Edinburgh. I'm Andy, your driver for this journey. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the late departure of this service. This was due to heavy traffic on the outskirts of London. Please note that this is a non-smoking service. Unfortunately, there is no toilet on board, but don't worry because we will be making 2 short stops on our journey.
Culture Corner 6. Liquid History. Exercise 2B, page 101.
The Thames. London would not be London without the River Thames. It flows 250 miles across the English countryside and then through the heart of the great city before it reaches the sea. The Thames has played an extremely important part in making England what it is today. England had very few roads in the past, so the Thames provided a major highway between London and many parts of the country. People could also send supplies of food and other goods to and from London by boat. In times of war, London was protected from sea attacks because they built castles and forts at the mouth of the river. People from the London area got their drinking water from the Thames, and thirsty cows and sheep were a common sight along its banks. With the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, the Thames became one of the busiest waterways in the world. Factories made and exported goods of all kinds. So people became rich, and many of them built beautiful houses along the banks of the river. The famous writer Charles Dickens spent part of his childhood there, and later wrote about the Thames in his books. Today, the Thames has become a symbol of London, just as much as Big Ben or Buckingham Palace. If you take a stroll along its banks, you'll have a day full of pleasant surprises. You can admire bridges built in many different architectural styles. The most famous one is probably Tower Bridge, which actually opens up 1,000 times a year to let ships through. Or you might be lucky enough to see London's rowing event, the Oxford and Cambridge Boat Race, which takes place on the river every spring. Whether you're a Londoner or a visitor, the Thames will always have something to offer you.
Going Green 6. Exercise 5, page 103.
World monuments in danger. Acid rain is rain that contains particles of acid. It is mainly caused by burning fossil fuels. Acid rain is bad for the environment, and many of the world's historic monuments are badly damaged by it. The Statue of Liberty in New York was a gift from the French people to the American people, and is a universal symbol of freedom and democracy. Millions of people visit this great monument every year. For many years now, acid rain has been damaging the statue and has even changed its colour. The Lishan giant Buddha is located in the eastern side of the Mui River in the Sichuan province of China. It is 70.7 metres high. Begun in 713 AD and finished in 803 AD, the statue took people more than 90 years to carve from stone. It is the world's largest stone Buddha. It was nearly destroyed by wind erosion and acid rain before 1963, when the Chinese government began to repair it. Nowadays, the maintenance work is still in progress in an effort to restore this beautiful monument. The Great Sphinx in Giza is one of the most fascinating historical monuments of all, and a national symbol of all ancient and modern Egypt. It was built about 4,500 years ago, and is the biggest stone sculpture made by man. Every year, millions of tourists come to see the Sphinx. Unfortunately, wind, smog, and acid rain are putting this wonderful monument in danger. If we want to reduce acid rain, we must burn less fossil fuels. Burning coal, oil and gas releases huge amounts of sulfur into the atmosphere. This is what creates acid rain. The best way to solve the problem is to use alternative energy sources to produce our electricity. Factories which use solar and wind power instead of the traditional fossil fuels can really help the environment. Another thing we can do is make cars and other vehicles more environmentally friendly. We need to stop using petrol. Instead, we can use cars that are electrically powered or run on some other fuel. In this way, the atmosphere will be cleaner and our monuments will stay beautiful.